He's very jumpy in front of me and his story keeps changing about who he's here to see or what he's here to do. Who are you coming to see in Australia? Who lives in Australia that you're coming to see?
My sister and...
The man claims he's here to work as a labourer on his sister's blueberry farm, despite suffering from a debilitating back condition.
So even though you've got all the problems in your back, you're still going to go and work on your sister's farm and her husband?
Yeah. My back problem in India, no here.
Your back problem doesn't cure itself just because you fly over the border. And if you're going down to work on your sister's farm, picking blueberries and things like that, that's not going to help your back.
A thorough search of his luggage will be conducted, but it's what Officer Chris discovers on the man's phone that is an immediate concern. Stored on the phone is an extremely graphic video.
Now me like my cousin like the India.
The video is so disturbing that it's sure to be classified as illegal content.
Not good to have on your phone.
In Sydney, Australian Border Force is about to interview an Indonesian woman as there are doubts about her true intentions to be here.
We've got an Indonesian passenger, just recently arrived this morning, but has spent 3 months in Australia previously. So we just want to have a bit of a chat to her as to what she was doing the last time she was here and what she's planning to do this time.
Officer Greg will first question her about her previous stay and assess if her time was really spent as a tourist.
Okay, so Dejani, can you tell me when have you previously been to Australia?
I don't remember.
You don't remember when you've last been to Australia?
Yeah.
Or when you've come to Australia?
No. Sorry. Augustus.
August?
Sorry.
Okay, when you came to Australia last time, you stayed for 10 weeks. Okay, how come you stayed so long?
I'm holiday.
Yeah, so what sort of stuff?
Melbourne 1 week, I backpacker.
Yeah, but what about the other 9 weeks?
Working in city. I'm eat and I'm go to the market.
Her vague answers are not very convincing.
For 9 weeks,
Yes.
it's a very long time.
Yeah.
Everything you just said you were doing, most people 1 week. Apart from the trip in August, have you been to Australia any other time?
No.
But this does not seem correct, as officers also have a previous incoming passenger card from another trip she has made to Australia that she has failed to mention.
Okay, so this is your handwriting?
Yes.
How about this one? This one is your handwriting as well?
No.
Is not?
No.
Asked before you said this is your signature though. Is this your name?
My name is the same.
Yeah, so the name's the same. Is this your handwriting though?
No. My signature really not me. I don't know.
You sure about that?
Yes.
Looks the same though.
Mid-morning rush is well underway, and biosecurity officer Anna is on duty x-raying the bags of incoming passengers for any organic material.
I have a Vietnamese student. She's a non-declarant, but looking at her bags on x-ray, she's got a few bags full of food items, which I'll need to have a look at.
And it appears that these items may include undeclared seafood.
Did you read the question?
Yeah, I did.
Under seafood, you know that seafood means anything, any food from the sea. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to have a look in your bags. If you could open that one, please.
And although it's not seafood that is discovered first, the items may still be a concern.
Did you see that there was nuts under this one? Grains, seeds, bulbs, straw, nuts. And you have a lot of nuts that you've brought in, but you didn't declare any.
Sorry, maybe I didn't see before.
Okay.
And the more Officer Anna searches, the more undeclared food she finds.
the jackfruit chips. And this is all tea. You can put them in your bag.
But it's this tightly bound item which is going to take considerable effort to get through its many layers of protective wrapping.
Do you know what's inside this package?
Some food my grandmother made.
Homemade foods need to be inspected, as they may be prohibited due to their high-risk ingredients or the way they're prepared. When the container is revealed, its surprising contents could very likely carry a serious biosecurity threat. The nervous passenger arriving from India may have just landed himself in severe trouble, as Australian Border Force officers have discovered an extremely graphic video stored on his phone.
Dog fighting. India.
Do they fight their dogs for sport, do they? So how many more images like that are on your phone or videos?
This India.
Yeah, it doesn't matter where it
Yeah,
is. Do you have any more of them on your phone?
No,
Any
no,
more
no, no,
videos?
no,
Okay.
no more.
Because in Australia, that's illegal.
Explicit material which depicts animal cruelty, such as dogfighting, is illegal, and it will need to be investigated further. Then Officer Chris discovers a bag of unidentified powder.
This one, ginger.
But for ginger,
Yeah, and something cooking, and
As a precaution, a drug swab is taken from the outside of the packet. In Sydney, Biosecurity Officer Anna is searching the bags of this student arriving from Vietnam, and she has just made a surprising discovery.
In that container, she's got a whole lot of whole crabs. The crabs are seafood, and she hasn't declared anything under seafood on the declaration card.
As the bag search continues, a smorgasbord of dried prawns and fish is discovered. A pile of undeclared seafood is rapidly growing, and it appears the woman may be carrying several kilograms of her dried delicacies.
So, what is this?
Fish.
It's a fish.
Yes.
Seafood is allowed into the country, but there are strict rules about its preparation and hygiene, as there is the potential for it to carry serious diseases and exotic pests.
Oh, with a very big bug in it.
Just a fish and the cut is.
Yeah, no, you've got a live insect. Actually got a few bugs in here. Yeah.
Her dried fish is infested with a variety of foreign bugs and insects.
We've got live insects in here.
It's a very serious situation, as the introduction of a new species of pest could have a devastating effect on Australia's fragile environment and its $2 billion seafood industry.
I have to take this to be destroyed.
Surprisingly, the woman seems disappointed to be losing her infested stash of dried fish.
It has bugs, a few different types of bugs in it. Therefore, we have to seize it and destroy it.
And that's not the end of the matter, as this apparently remorseless passenger is
Well, do you
now
wanna make the
facing
phone
a
call
hefty
now?
fine.
She doesn't live...
This Indonesian woman is insisting that she has only been to Australia once
stay anywhere
before,
else?
but officers have conflicting information which indicates that she may have in fact been here on 2 previous trips, something that she is denying.
I never came here. There's someone who's used my name.
Okay. Is this your handwriting though?
No,
Looks the same though, doesn't it?
copy, not
Yeah.
same,
Okay.
different. Who is the?
There is a chance that someone has stolen her identity or that she is lying. Further checks will have to be made.
I'm really angry. My signature really not me, because
In the meantime, the interview will concentrate on ensuring that all the details on her current passenger card are correct to assess that she is a legitimate visitor.
Okay, so Dejani, how long are you staying in Australia?
2 weeks.
Okay, you have a return ticket. You have a ticket to go back to Jakarta?
Saya ada dapat 1 bulan.
I have a ticket like listed for 1 month.
Okay, so why, when you filled out the card, why did you put 14 days? Why didn't you put 1 month?
Karena saya pikir
So I
saya
thought
hanya
I'd probably be here 2 weeks and I might go home earlier.
She has written on her passenger card that she intends to stay in Surrey Hills with a good friend named Arlene and provided her phone number. But there's also something not quite right with this information.
Okay, I'll let you know. I rang that phone number. That is not the phone number for Arlene.
In Brisbane, a drug swab of a large bag of unidentified powder found in the luggage of this Indian national has returned a positive reading for an illicit substance.
I've taken swabs off it, and it is returning a positive reading for a drug called ketamine. Okay?
Ketamine is a horse tranquilizer illegally misused for its hallucinogenic effects. It can be swallowed, snorted, or even smoked, and Officer Chris has just located a small vial containing more suspicious powder inside the man's bag of tobacco.
What is that?
This one.
Yeah.
And in the bottle and mix.
So the tobacco and the little bottle that was in the tobacco.
No,
You mix them together?
this one
Yeah.
and here
Yeah.
and on bottle and here as pussy.
Yeah. And then you eat it. The powder itself is the right colour and consistency to be a narcotic. So we're going to do testing to clarify what that powder is.
A second swab is taken, but this time from the small vial. And that is an extremely high reading for ephedrine, a precursor used in the manufacturing of ice. Sydney, a student who's arrived from Vietnam is disappointed to be losing her bag of dried fish, which is infested with exotic pests.
It has a few different types of bugs in it, therefore we have to seize it and destroy it.
Officers now need to decide what to do about the large amount of undeclared food she is carrying.
She hasn't declared anything on their declaration card,
Right.
in particular seafood.
Yeah.
And we've got a jar of whole crabs.
Right, yeah.
A database will confirm what should or shouldn't be seized.
Make sure they're not alive and that there's no contaminated material with them.
Okay, so it looks like she can have that.
So she can take the crabs with her.
But that does not excuse her false declaration.
Because you've got nearly 18 kilos of food that you've brought in, I'm fining you $170 and I'll just
But
fill in.
there may be a problem.
She says that she has no money.
The woman explains that her auntie is waiting for her and may be able to help with the fine, so she is located by biosecurity officers.
It's $170 and there's no other way out of it.
This Indonesian woman has provided officers with a contact number supposedly belonging to her good friend Arlene, who she claims she will stay with in Surrey Hills, Sydney. But officers have already made a call.
This phone number does not belong to Arlene. We've already spoken to this person, and this person does not know anything about you coming to Australia. Okay? Do you have another phone number for Arlene?
No.
Because I need to speak to Arlene,
Speak Arlene.
okay, before I can even think about letting you into the country. So who is Arlene? Do they have a first name? Is Arlene the family name?
Sudana.
The passenger explains that Arlene is her friend's Australian name and that Officer Greg has in fact spoken to the correct person, but things are still not adding up.
This person does not know that you're coming to Australia. They don't live in Surrey Hills.
Mungkin dia sudah pindah.
Maybe she's moved.
This person has never lived at that address. So Dejani, I have concerns because if you're telling me you're here to meet with your friend, but yet I've spoken to your friend and your friend says she knows nothing about you coming for this visit.
Yes.
And your friend doesn't live at this address and has never lived at this address, obviously I have some concerns about that. Do you understand? So at this time, I'm going to issue you some paperwork to officially let you know I am considering cancelling your visa and not allowing you into Australia today. Now, in order to be fair, I'm going to give you a period of time to have a think about it and then tell me whether this is right or wrong or any reasons to change my mind.
It's not me, I don't know. First time in Australia, his story with me.
Yeah.
Why he agree with me, I don't know.
In Brisbane, a swab test has been taken from a suspicious vial of white powder that this Indian man says he sprinkles on his tobacco before smoking it.
It's just come back massive, really, with everything. Yeah, okay.
So again, that test come back positive for ephedrine, which is a type of drug. Ephedrine is a precursor for a number of drugs that are common across, whether it be ecstasy or ice. So it's quite a concern for the border. Now we need to go and check and try and confirm that there is no drugs in there. You sprinkle the powder on your cigarettes, is that what you do? Could be a mixture of ketamine and ephedrine that he's carrying. So we're going to do a secondary test with a different machine to try and clarify what the two substances are. Two other officers are just getting that ready now and they'll take the items away and do a secondary test in a second.
In the meantime, Officer Chris confronts the man about the disturbing videos found on his phone, which have been determined to be restricted content.
The video that is on there and the other video, the pictures I've seen of dogs fighting, that's completely illegal in Australia and you can't have it on your phone.
Okay, but
So our law states that you are, stop and listen,
Okay.
Our law states that if you try and bring those videos over the border, we will automatically seize the item that they are on, which is your phone. So we're going to seize your phone today, as well as, because you have broken the Australian law, today we are going to issue you with an infringement notice for $340.
But that may not be the end of the man's problems, as secondary testing begins on the suspicious powders found in his suitcase. Australian Border Force is intending to cancel the visa of this Indonesian woman, but she has been given one last chance to convince Officer Greg that she really is a legitimate tourist.
So I've had an opportunity to speak to the passenger. She's given me a bit more of an explanation as to what she did here and what her plans are. However, she has spent a lot of time in the country before and can't tell me what she was doing here. She can't really tell me what she's planning to do when she comes back. Her friends on shore don't know that she's coming here. But I'm really not satisfied with it. There's no detail there. So at this point, I am going to go ahead and cancel the visa and make arrangements for her to go back to Indonesia. So after weighing up all of the information available to me, I am satisfied that the grounds for cancelling the visa outweigh the reasons for not cancelling. As your visa has been cancelled, you have been refused immigration clearance and you are now detained under Section 189 of the Migration Act.
In Brisbane, further testing of two suspicious powders found in the luggage of this Indian traveller has been completed.
Both tests for the brown powder and the white powder are negative.
Even though the initial drug readings are likely due to the man's belongings being in recent contact with illegal substances, officers are satisfied he's not carrying anything with him.
So we're happy that they are what he said they are and there's no narcotic substance there.
But before the man is free to go, he needs to pay the fine for the restricted content found on his phone. However, it still has not sunk in that he won't be taking his mobile with him.
And my phone...
Gone. I mean, even if you go to court, you won't get your phone back, okay?
But now my video, okay? Now my house dog, okay?
The problem is,
In
Australia, we're not in India, okay? In Australia, okay, your phone will be destroyed because it's got videos that are illegal in Australia on it.
Man seems to have finally got the message.
Gone my phone. Hey, shit.